Good evening, and welcome to We All Gon' Die Wednesday. Chapter 133, No Hope. Livingston Man, push those magic buttons.
Livingston, roll that beautiful beam footage.
We all gon' die. We all gon' die. We all gon' die. It's a we all gon' die Wednesday.
Yep. New camera setup. What do you think? Old camera, new camera? Does it matter? I don't think so. Good evening, Scott Hummer. Thank you so much. Teresa Buchanan, Scott Hummer, Rum Runner, David Baez, Galadrell, Rural 2IC, Teresa Buchanan, Grit and Grace, the Farming Florist, Blackfoot Wolf, good to see you. William Kays, Happy Mac in the house. How's everybody doing tonight? So glad to see you. 43 people here already, Livingston Man. Well, we are a few minutes behind
I'm
schedule.
gonna tell you something. You know what? People be like, "It's not a lot of people." Imagine like you were gonna like say something and 43 people, 47 people showed up. Okay,
Yeah, that's
to be
cool.
like, "Oh, it's not big numbers." Okay, like listen,
That's big numbers.
50
Big
people,
numbers.
55 people want to like. They probably want to hear what he says and are forced to listen to what I say. But regardless, I digress.
Is
Happy
what it is.
55 people.
Rock Valley ready. Good to see you. TDDR in the house. Happy Mac is here. Vision Preparedness. What's good, my brother? Live, laugh, love, laugh, live. Maggie. I gotta read the words as they are. Very good.
Your brain puts things together.
DMT. Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. Teriyaki in the house.
It would be a good time to put in ads.
So
like, try it.
You
Like,
know what?
it's
I had a
super fun.
pop-up the other day.
Like, it's super fun to
when,
put ads
when
on
I
people.
was creating the live stream. Cuddly Bunny, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
This shit won an award like 100 years ago, and they still like won't get over it.
I know you don't get over it either.
It's cheap.
Golly. I had a thing pop up, right? It says it was a questionnaire from YouTube about why we don't turn the ads on while we're streaming. It simply stated people come to watch a stream, not ads, right? I'm pretty sure you guys are here for the hour. You get more out of this show than you do out of the typical hour television show where you really only get about 20 minutes between all the ads and everything, right? So we want to give you the full power hour, right? Happy Mac, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
What they want to do is replace content creation entirely. They want ads to be content creation.
Well, kind of. That, you know, sponsorships kind of roll into that. If Red Bull were to approach me and say, "Hey, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, if you threw out, you know, give a shout out to the Red Bull and told people your favorite Red Bull, and you know, we'll pay you some money every month," I'd be like, "Cool," because I like Red Bull. But if it was like, I don't know, something I didn't like, I'd be like, "No, thanks," you know. So, Galdrell, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's a slippery slope.
Cuddly Bunny. So the way we have the ad set is that when the stream starts, you should get an ad then and not receive another one throughout the live stream. If you do, we didn't do it.
It's why it's why we make you guys wait. It's why we're a little late, is to let the ads burn themselves out, because for a minute there they stayed putting them on the theme music,
Yeah.
and it's just, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like putting an ad in the middle of a music video should be illegal. Just saying.
For real. For real. Vision, safe travels, my friend. Prepper Book Club, good to see you. Tracy K in the house. What up, sister? Miss drinking the summer breeze. Do. The Caribbean one. No kidding.
I think they call that Baja Blast now, maybe.
I had a citrus one for my son's graduation. We bought a bunch of sodas and threw them in the cooler. It was actually really good.
All right, if you're talking about Mountain Dew, just what color was it? Orange?
It was in a can, so I couldn't tell you what color it actually was, but it was
because they got that high
citrus.
voltage. They got all these different
Wasn't
colored
the red
like
one.
and there's like a online community based on like these Mountain Dews, but everybody knows Baja Blast is the best one. And do you want to know how you
no
make
doubt.
it?
Fountain Baja Blast.
So you can make your own Baja Blast
Rum runner.
simply by Baja Blast is 50% Mountain Dew and 50% Blue Powerade. Now you know. Secrets up.
The Game Fuel Mountain Dew. I gotta try that one. Voltage is my favorite Dew.
Now again, is that the red, the blue, the purple?
So the
there's
code.
like there's
I remember
a white
when
one,
I was actually
like,
working at Pepsi Bottling Company when the Mountain Dew Code Red first came out in Albany. They make 1 liters there. That's all they make. And
red dye is good
we
for
had to
you.
go through the testing room to get up to the roof, and the guys that worked the testing room would never let you be without something to drink, right? So, but the downside was you could grab anything you wanted out of the cooler. You can have it, it's free, take as many as you want, right? Take some home with you. Take some soda, right? This is what we do here. We give the shit away. And the bummer was they hadn't been labeled yet. So you just got a 1 liter bottle of liquid, and unless you kind of knew what was in there, you didn't really know what was in there. So it could be tonic water, or it could be the what's the other one, the Starry or whatever they make. It's not Sprite, but something similar.
It's absolutely true. I will fight and die for that Baja Blast, bro. Like, it's that thin blue, thin aquamarine cyan green. That's the thin cyan green line right there.
True.
And I'll cross it, bro.
Let's see. The prepping mantis says the downside was the diabetes. Indeed.
Sure, and the
Indeed.
tooth decay. They're like, by the way, we don't offer dental.
Yeah, high fructose corn syrup get you every
Go
time.
make more soda. Here, have more soda. Bro.
Mountain Lightning from Walmart. Trace amounts of uranium. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes. That's why the Geiger counter was going off when I was doing my live streams at home and not here, because I had a bottle of Mountain Lion on the
Nuka-Cola,
other
anyone? It's like, hell yeah, dude.
side. Grateful Preps NJ. Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping
Back
this
in my
evening.
day, they used to put radium in soda.
Crystal Pepsi, not that's a trip down memory lane, Chance. That's
Crystal
childhood stuff. Childhood
Pepsi.
stuff.
Do you remember? And it used to come in a glass bottle with a styrofoam label on it.
Yeah.
I'm that old. I remember
The
that.
good old days. The good old days. So, enough of this fun talk. Let's get into the no hope Livingston, man. Y'all know you're being squeezed, right? We don't know how bad we're actually being squeezed. But I've been doing some research today, and I found some numbers, and they're kind of shitty. They're kind of shitty. Livingston man is turning the lights off now.
It's getting dark.
Indeed,
It's gonna get
indeed.
dark. That's stupid. Should we put the cop lights on? There we go. Keep talking. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, perfect.
They're here.
They're here already. Blame your hair thinning on Walmart soda. Yeah, totally. Could you pop up the article that I asked you to bring up earlier?
Where the hell did it go? Show me it.
No, it's gone.
Nah,
There it is. There it is. So this is the article that I shared in the chat earlier. Surging delinquencies on consumer debt as well as problems in the housing market raise the stakes for the Fed's next move on interest rates, which was today, believe it or not. And guess what happened? No change. No change. They stay exactly the same. The article here by Bloomberg goes on to state upper income Americans are increasingly falling behind on credit card debt and auto loan payments, signaling an underlying vulnerability in the U.S. economy as the labor market slows. Delinquencies on such debts from those making at least $150,000 annually have jumped almost 20% over the last 2 years, faster than for middle and lower income borrowers. Interesting, Livingston man. It would seem that the lower income borrowers have a little bit more constraint and know that they can't afford these things. And some of these 150K folks go for the gusto, and now they got to make the boat payments, and it's not happening, right?
What's it say? A recent Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis study found the share of people making late card payments in the highest income zip codes has risen twice as much over the last year as in the lowest income ones. All right, I'm going to give you one here, a quick, like, actual common sense reason is that these people are ignoramuses. They don't know how to pay their bills. They have, like, a person that's supposed to do it.
150K a year.
That's not even, like, a well-to-do anymore, dude.
I don't think so.
150K, like,
yeah, you make $150,000 a year. You're like an average homeowner in New York. That's less than enough money than you need to survive.
Paying 30%
for your basic needs. We found out last week.
Paying 30%.
You need $154,000 just to provide your food, water, and shelter for yourself here in New York State. So if you're making $150,000, you're $4,000 behind the ball already, right?
Well, you called it a money furnace. Do you think the real estate market is kind of also one, or like, because this?
No, well, the money furnace I was referring to earlier is a little different, and as the stream goes on, we'll dive back into that money furnace and explain why I think things are going the way they're going, right?
At any rate, financial stress is evident from the lowest income household to the highest income household, said Mark Zandi, the chief economist for Moody's Analytics.
Moody's Analytics, they're like the industry standard, right? And with the Federal Reserve keeping interest rates high and pandemic-era student loan forbearance programs now over, it's become very difficult to juggle all that, he said. Borrowing costs have become a central issue in American politics this year as Trump blasted the Fed almost daily, repeatedly threatening to fire Jerome Powell for refusing to cut them. And again today, they did not get cut. The Fed has maintained high rates over the last 2 years, even as the job market has softened in a bid to return inflation to its 2% target following the post-pandemic surge. Concerns that Trump tariffs will boost prices have only helped daily rate cuts in 2025, even as trade policy uncertainty has worsened the outlook for hiring. Things are obviously not getting better, Livingston man. And this all could totally be a spin-off of the pandemic, right? You can't shut down the world's economy and then expect things to be hunky-dory, right? But there was something else that happened during that time, during the pandemic, that went largely unnoticed by the average, we the people, we'll call them, right? That's the American citizen. That's we the people. If you're a citizen of America, you are we the people. So we the people weren't paying attention. We were scared. We were hiding from the virus in the house, right? They shut our jobs down. They shut everything down. We were all hiding in the house. And while we were hiding in the house, a very important contract expired. And that was what we call the petrodollar, right? So the petrodollar died during the pandemic. And Saudi Arabia was no longer beholden to trade oil in U.S. dollars any longer. That was the deal that we had. All oil was traded in U.S. dollars and U.S. dollars only, and we will provide the protection for you. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is making all this money, and they're grabbing up fighter jets and anti-aircraft stuff, and, oh, those are cool tanks. We'll take some of those, and, oh, these guys fight really good. We'll train our guys with them. And they kind of put together their own defense network there in Saudi Arabia, and then further bolstered it after they ditched the dollar with the BRICS nations. BRICS Plus now. So the petrodollar is
You guys
dead.
following along here?
The
You taking notes?
petrodollar is dead. Now these nations will trade oil for anything except a U.S. dollar. Livingston Man, if you've got some of those Livingston Man coin patches, I would take those instead of U.S. dollars for this oil because I don't want U.S. currency. I'll take anything except it. Let them choke on their money, right? So trillions and trillions and trillions of U.S. dollars that were formerly used to trade for oil are now flooding back into the U.S. economy, right? All this money's coming back, and we were head over heels. Joe Biden is giving all of our money away. Why is this guy giving all of our money
Where's
away?
all this money?
$50 billion this week, $26 billion the next week, another couple $1 billion this week, right? He was throwing it to anybody that wanted it by the airplane full, Livingston Man. He was burning up petrodollars that would have otherwise hyperinflated our currency. And then we have this election, and T-Man gets in, right? Trump's gonna fix everything, he's gonna drain the swamp. And he's all worried about these tariffs. Now America's taking in money from tariffs, but things ain't getting better for you or I.
They're not taking in money from tariffs. They just make the price of shit more expensive for you.
Well, no, the government is actually making money from the income.
All of a sudden, my fucking DJI camera costs $350 fucking dollars more because this orange dickhead's got a hard on for China, and fucking who bears the cost? Not China. I now have to pay $750 fucking dollars. China didn't have anything to do with the fucking thing. They made it 2 years ago. Only thing changed is now it's 250 fucking orange Trump Cheeto dollars more. I paid that.
Well,
no fucking tariff paid
I'll
that.
get to that
And make no
200
mistake,
that
no, don't
$250
fuck this up.
more.
Terrorists and tariffs are the same thing. Freudian slip. You pay the tariffs. That is not money brought in. That's money taken from you again. They pass it along to you. Whoever you want to take that up with, fine. But that's your money, not theirs.
The federal government is making money off of tariffs. Do not understate that whatsoever. They are making money, billions and billions of dollars, off of the tariffs.
Got me.
Why does that money not come back to we the people, right?
Tariffs
it does
make
not
sense.
come back to we the people because the federal government has mismanaged our finances so bad that we are so far in debt to I don't know who, must be God himself at this juncture. We are so far in debt that we have to institute these tariffs just to pay the interest on our loans because the taxes that they collect ain't even enough to pay the interest, Livingston. It's rough. It's rough. Things are bad right now. They're worse than bad. They're crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
We're at the absolute pinnacle of what is about to be a housing crash. It has to. They will artificially postpone that inevitability as long as they can.
I think it's more than a housing crash,
yeah.
Livingston Man. I think this is going to be a complete and total economic crash. The dollar is it's hurting. It's hurting. It's
You know
hurting
why
bad.
they do that? So they can blame it on the other guy, and
We're toast.
well, you had some.
We're toast.
We're
cooked.
You had a compelling and even passionate argument for this one particular method that could
Oh yeah,
sway
yeah,
everything
yeah. No,
in our
we'll-
favor.
we'll-
But
we'll
let me
get
get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I have another. I have another thing that I would like.
There
you
is a light
to,
at the end of the tunnel, you guys.
to open up Livingston Man. I'm going to share this to everybody out there in the chat first. There it is right there. Boom. And once the Livingston Man sees it, he can go ahead and click on that. And we're going to dive into this a little bit. So there you go. You see it right there. This is the U.S. inflation calculator. All right.
These are interesting.
So what I want you to do is I want you to change that number
This one?
to, we're going to change it to 2020. We're going back.
2020.
We're going back 5 years.
Okay, so the way this thing works, it says there's fields you can fill in. It says if in field we can fill in. If in 2020.
Yeah, enter year. I purchased an item for X amount of dollars. In 2025, the same item, would cost me. Okay, so what we're going to enter is $1,000, Livingston Man. That's going to be our mark, right? $1,000. Now click the calculate button. There is the real inflation over the last 5 years. 24.6%. Okay? In 2020, if you purchased an item for $1,000, that exact same item in 2025 would cost you $1,246.32, which is a cumulative rate of inflation of 24.6%.
Can I factor in a known to me tariff inflation of a price? So if I know that in 2024,
okay,
I purchased an item for $519.
Yep.
Then in 2025, it should cost.
Go ahead, click it.
$533. But instead, an item I purchased, a camera in this box right here,
Yep.
was $519. But today is $719. That is not a cumulative rate of inflation.
No.
This doesn't factor in actual tariff pricing. And in this
Thank you,
case,
Eric.
do tariffs count toward inflation? And why not?
No.
But all of a sudden, everything costs a whole bunch more.
Yes. Yes.
Are they
that's
good for
way
the
it
country,
goes.
you suppose? I'm not.
They're good for the government. They're good for the government.
What does it do besides take even more money out of your pocket? I get they're supposed to kind of penalize you for buying foreign goods. Okay, except I'm not left with an alternative.
Not penalize you with it. See,
That's what it is.
when we send our goods overseas, they charge us to take them. Everybody does. They charge us a tariff to take those. So what he initially imposed was a tit for tat. If you're 20%, we're 20%, right? It's good. It's the way it works. And they're, oh, no. And everybody wanted to back away from the table. So then he was like, well, fuck you. It's 100% tariff. It's 160% tariff. It's a 200% tariff. You want our shit? Fucking pay for it, right? We're tired of having to send our shit to you and pay for it, but we got to take all your stuff for free.
No.
That's why the 57-inch flat screen is $249 at Walmart, because there's no fucking tariffs, right? It was cheap. They wanted to suck all the fucking money out of your pocket, and let's face it, man, you had too much there, right? You had too much there.
All right. I believe that a tax in cases on products, cigarettes, alcohol, whatever, all these vice tax, we'll call them. All right. So let's extend that into thing. It should be, all right, well, you're paying a tariff, a tax on the Chinese television because you could have bought an American one but didn't. I
don't know that you can buy an American one anymore.
And so that's why it comes across to me as a penalty on the American consumer.
Absolutely. Like I said,
rather than a penalty on this foreign adversary or whatever is the problem here. But doesn't it simply boil down to everybody just want to roll in the dough? That's all it really is, and it's not
the
you.
top 1% are consolidating the last of the wealth of the U.S. dollar. Okay, they know that the rug has been pulled out from underneath their feet. The dollar is dead. The petrodollar is dead. That's what made the dollar worth everything it was worth, and now it's gone. Now it has no backing except the tarnished and shitty credit of the federal government, which is no longer a AA rating. I think we're down to a single A and probably have some negative marks on it at this juncture. Our credit as a standing in the world has gone to shit. It's not good for the U.S. economy. The Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal fucking Express. They're not beholden to we the people whatsoever. It's a private banking cartel, in all honesty.
That's a rabbit hole y'all can go down. That was fun.
Yeah.
How the Federal Reserve
Careful.
even came to be.
Careful.
Some people think they sunk the Titanic to
From
make
Jekyll
it happen.
Island. No, they sank the Lusitania. The Titanic's still floating, right? Isn't that the hell?
Her sister ship? Yeah, it wasn't even real.
Conspiracy theories.
It just insurance fraud,
Judith says taxes on a pack of cigarettes is ridiculous in New York State. Indeed, it is. And when they added the extra dollar, like a year and change ago, that's when I quit. I had enough. I said they're not getting another fucking dollar from me in taxes, so I quit smoking to stick it to Kathy Hochul. You know, honestly. And
I actively contribute to her Democratic agenda. I'm playing both sides. This way I always come out on top.
Printing all the cash that Biden did had no effect. I don't know, man. I don't know. The system is so screwed. It's so skewed, and it's so...
I bought this computer with that money Biden printed. I have a physical, actual object that allows what you're seeing right now because of that money that Biden printed. So
the stimulus checks?
yeah, so I got all this shit. I was like,
Oh,
shit,
those
free
came
money.
those came from Trump's first term, not Joe Biden.
No, Trump gave me. I don't.
They gave you that.
How you gonna tell me what I spent my money on?
Well,
I remember.
because
I remember
I-
the specific.
I was here for it.
Because that was so weird too. They gave us what it was 1,200 and then 600 and then like 1,200 again. Some people mad proud. I didn't even cash that check. I said, give me that free shit. Fuck that. And then I bought shit they couldn't repossess with it. The middle one, the $600 one, I actually paid bills with that. I was like, thanks. Gave it right back to the energy conglomerates.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. There was a whole nother thing that I had here that I can't seem to find right now. You're
talking economics, and so
the
you got to keep
calculator.
this simple.
So the calculator that we had, right?
Nobody understands gas prices.
The calculator is it's calculating what they call the Consumer Price Index, Livingston Man. CPI is the short for it. It's a statistical measure of how prices for a basket of goods and services change over time for urban consumers. It's the key indicator of inflation and is used to analyze the economy. There's a lot of things that CPI doesn't account for, Livingston Man. The biggest of which is real estate, housing, investments, and insurance, right? Those are the big ones. Most of us are so poor we can't invest, right? So that eliminates that one. Insurance.
Here come the Bitcoin motherfuckers.
Right. Insurance, you gotta have insurance. And housing, we know from the Constitution that that's an unalienable right, because if life is written in there, then your right to life should include food, water, shelter, because those are the three basic needs of survival. None of these provided for us.
Shelter, water, food in order of immediacy, as a matter of fact.
And Livingston, man. Rum Runner, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. We're getting closer. We're getting close. Why is the timer so short?
Yeah,
No.
I thought you put it on.
We should have more time.
Yeah, you must have put it on.
We should end of the live stream.
Yeah, whatever.
End of the live stream.
We'll make it right.
That's right. Totally.
What do you propose?
25% Livingston, man.
Inflation. So in another
Over
5
the
years,
last 5 years.
right? So there's
5 years.
and these things work exponentially. So you're at, in another 5 years, you're at like 100% of today. So everything costs double.
It's not sustainable. It's not viable.
Now, how could it be?
This is the beginning of the fall of Rome. Okay, this is when they realized, the people realized that the money isn't worth anything anymore. That this silver actually has lead in it, because I tested it myself. You see, in late stage Rome, they did the same thing. They started adding some stuff to the silver and to the gold to lessen it, to try and make the money go further.
Outlaw Jackson, Mike is explaining the world economic system in detail.
Yeah,
right now.
Kinda.
Strap in, brother. This is wild.
So with the inflation rate the way it's going, that's why they only feed it to us month over month, Livingston, man. That's why they tell you the inflation rate for July 2025 was 2.4%. And then everybody thinks, oh, okay. Well, what is it next month? Well, next month it's another 2.6%. That's a cumulative. It keeps adding onto itself. So add up all those 2 point, 3 point, 4 point. At one point, there was a 9-point jump. That was in 2023. 2023,
You
there
guys
was a
taking notes?
9-point
Paying
jump.
attention? Oh, look, the Roman prepper is here.
Yeah, Pete, you're 100% correct. And then they go back in, and when all else fails and it looks really bad on them, they just manipulate the data. They go into the CPI, and they'll pluck out key pieces of data like food. Pull that right out of there. We're not going to count that anymore. What's real expensive right now, Livingston, man? Cost of buying a car. We're gonna take that out of there. What else is really expensive right now? Housing. Let's take
Doesn't
that
count.
one out of
Doesn't
there.
count towards
You don't need
expenses.
that. You don't need that. And that's all in addition to that 25%. We all know the housing market has gone absolutely bonkers, right?
Has any of your
It's crazy.
Has anyone in the chat's wage gone up 25% in 5 years?
In the last 5 years, are you making 25% more, or are you getting by with less? That's the big one. Outlaw says everything is going up except IQs. Those are on the way down because we got a shitload of smartphones and dumb motherfuckers. And the more smartphone you have, I think it's sucking the brain right out of your head into the AI. Man.
Sure. Social media and the internet experience, the smartphone experience, tablet, whatever the fuck, the Black Mirror is...
The Black Mirror.
That is the thing. That's the bread and circus. That's the bread and circus. But it's you just doom scroll. You're just kept in this like drugged state, right? You're just kept
Pete.
dopamine. You're kept chasing them
Pete.
likes and them subscriptions.
There it is.
Like some subscribers and shit.
Even the unemployment rate is skewed, right? They don't tell you the real numbers, or the people who are underemployed, the people who work those jobs that when we discussed last
They don't
week,
count people that
AI
have
is
3
gonna...
jobs.
Correct.
Like we created
Correct.
mad jobs. Like no, the
Correct.
fuck you didn't. We all had to get 2 more. Jerks.
Dupsy Daisy says some people I know can't even find a job at even McDonald's or Walmart.
Hiring is practically frozen. I'm going to tell you why. Because what they want you to do is go to their website online, drop all your mad personal information that they then use to data mine and sell, and they make their money literally that way, and they don't give you a job. They don't. Why would they pay you when they can actually make money from you from simply the information you voluntarily provided them? And they can say, we're going with another candidate. There is no other candidate. There was never a candidate.
No, they're not real. Cuddly Bunny says continuously building a grocery deficit, financing food with credit cards, minimum wage increases were the primary cause of the price hikes.
Where do you live?
Listen. Yes is the answer. Livingston Man and I had the discussion earlier before we went live about he said, the solution is we need to raise the minimum wage. We need a federally stable minimum wage.
What I mean is to hold the government accountable for its own statistics. When they tell me that in the state of New York, to even survive, you need to make $27 an hour, then then it's $27 an hour is what
should be the
people
starting
should...
rate. I understand that, but as we learned from the fast food incident here in New York, that when you give somebody $15 an hour minimum wage, it is going to indeed make the Big Mac value meal $25, Livingston Man, and it did. It did. You
But
go to
why is that?
McDonald's,
Are you just simply going to let corporate greed stand right over there in the corner and ignore it?
they're going to.
Who is?
Corporate greed. They don't care about
No, you're
you.
ignoring corporate greed here. They could pay people more. They could
Of
make
course.
prices less. The problem is they're like,
Corporate greed. Yeah.
because what's never going to happen, the same way that government never gives your rights back, prices will never come down, you guys. All right?
That's the truth. Once they go up, they stay up.
It's if you really think that all the elite are going to sit down in a room and what I think we should do is make less money, you guys, and they're all going to agree to that. You want more drugs than I am right now.
LMDMT. Cali just passed a $30 minimum wage for hospitality industry.
Well, when it's $900 a night, maybe they can find it in their heart to maybe like put the gold toilets off for another year and help like the
Well,
people.
see, that's the thing, Livingston,
The
man.
cogs in the machine, Michael. If you do not maintain them, do you know what happens when the machine,
shit falls apart, buddy.
the whole damn thing decides? I'm not working today.
We, the cogs in the wheel, are not being greased. We are not being maintained, right? We are the cogs in the wheel.
Billion-dollar
every
companies.
you are the cog in the wheel. You make this whole thing work. If you're a firefighter, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're an EMT, if you're one of those people that they deemed an essential employee during the pandemic, you're going to be one of the first ones who has to secessio plebis. I think it's the only way we can honestly save the country. But I think we need to come up with a list of what we need from the government. I don't know what the answer is. This has to go to people much smarter than me.
At the very least, we need to. There's got to almost just like a respect. At this point, it's about our dignity. We're reading news articles where these bleeding heart rich people like, oh my God, my $150,000 a year, and I can't even pay my bills.
The thing is talking to us.
I don't know what it said. People, because I get this really strong impression that there's not like rich people that watch this channel, but if you are, if you have more than $37 in your bank account, I consider you rich, and I will eat you when the revolution happens. All right. Eat the Rich applies to Taylor Swift as well, except I know she probably tastes terrible. The money is meaningless these days. It's all just, it's made up. You're playing a rigged game against cheaters. If you don't own property now, you probably, at this point, not looking good. You won't. It's put out of reach of the average person, whether that's for a reason or simply greed. But it's the sin that's going to kill us all.
Complacency, Livingston.
It's not a sin. They didn't name that one, but I'm gonna call it
be.
greed. I'm gonna call it greed.
Well, that's
corporate greed stands right there in the corner.
Yeah,
it's the problem.
You're not wrong, man. I gotta tell you, you go to the
so you own a company that
US
makes
government
hamburgers
website and can't even find the Constitution in its entirety. It's been
Donald
chopped
Trump
up
and his minions would wish that you didn't read that.
Into pieces. I just wanted to read it, and I can't.
You should ask AI what it
because it's
thinks the fucking Constitution says.
Oh,
That'll
go
be
ahead,
interesting.
Do it. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
right
Tell
there.
me, have it reestablish the Constitution.
Give me that Gemini.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He gonna do it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one better.
You're gonna have it rewrite it.
Asked it to write a new constitution, a new U.S. Constitution for 2025.
All right. Let's see.
Wouldn't surprise me if Elon's ass programmed it so it can't. I wrote a comment on
Gemini
politics.
isn't the Elon thing. That's
This
something,
might take a minute. The
something
Constitution's
different
long.
entirely. Teresa, thank you so much, sister. Really appreciate it. We're
I
gonna
haven't
let
been
that.
paying attention
We're gonna
to the
let
chat.
that populate and see what's coming out of it. Camo Carl, good to see you, buddy.
There are some good songwriters in this chat, though. I don't know. I'm gonna have to-
Have AI translate the Constitution into Zoomer speak.
Oh God.
That's a good one.
You know what? Why it bugs me is because I would understand what it said.
It looks like it's still calculating.
It's
Let's see.
thinking.
Go ahead, click on it. Let's see if it's open.
We'll
Yeah.
see the. It's not ready. I wonder what it'll say. Oh, here we are. Let's see. A Constitution for the United States. All right, so it says that, of course, creating a new Constitution is a profound exercise in civic imagination. I've drafted a proposed Constitution for the United States for the year 2025.
Okay, all right, let's, here we go. The preamble. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty, and guarantee the sustainability of our republic for ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
All right, now over here in the AI breakdown, this document attempts to honor the core principles of the original Constitution, such as the separation of powers, individual liberty, and a federal system, while directly addressing the challenges and realities of the 21st century. The key changes include reforms to the electoral system, term limits for all federal offices, including the Supreme Court, an explicit right to privacy in the digital age, campaign finance reform, and probably least popular because we must roll call, environmental protection. This is a comprehensive starting point for discussion and refinement, but it has indeed.
Let's go on here, Livingston, man. We got nothing but time, and
Here's what. All right, so
I'll read. Let's start with Article 1. Let's start right at the top, and it actually tells you can build on top of this.
I'm not here to build it. I asked it to do it.
Okay, so Article 1, the legislative branch. Section 1, the Congress. All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a House of Representatives and a Senate. Section 2, the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every 4th year by the people of several states. Representatives shall be appointed among several states according to their respective numbers. Counting the whole number of persons in each state, the number of representatives shall be fixed at 1 for every 500,000 persons, and shall be reproportioned after every
decennial sentence.
there you go. The census.
Census.
The state legislative boundaries for federal elections shall be drawn by independent, nonpartisan commissions to ensure fair representation.
Sounds familiar.
Roaming Prepper, have a great night.
They go on to the Senate will be comprised of 1 senator from each state chosen by the people thereof for 6 years, and each senator will have 1 vote. In addition, states shall be granted 1 additional senator for every 5 million persons residing in the state, up to a maximum of 4.
Okay.
Now that's different. Now states have 2,
Right.
a junior and a senior, so their constituencies overlap.
Gotcha.
There's
So
never-
some of this, some of that. Section 4, elections and governances. The times, places, and manners of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislator thereof. But the Congress may at any time, by law, make or alter such regulations. All federal elections shall be held on a national holiday. All citizens have the right to paid time off from their employer to vote. Section
I think
5,
that's a thing, but I don't know how many people actually exercise that.
campaign finance. To protect the integrity.
It says that this is a new clause. It added this.
To protect the integrity of democratic process, the financing of all federal election campaigns shall be funded exclusively through public means. No corporations, unions, private organizations, nor any foreign or non-citizen entity shall contribute to any federal political campaign or on its behalf. Congress shall establish a system of public campaign financing and enact strict limits on individual contributions to political parties. All such contributions shall be publicly disclosed in real time. We like those.
Okay, like, because otherwise
Thanks, AI.
I want my politicians to wear like their corporate sponsors on them, like NASCAR.
I just want them all gone. I don't want any corporate sponsors. I don't want any of that stuff. Section 6, the powers of Congress. Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes, pay debts, and provide for the common defense and general welfare, to borrow money, to regulate commerce among the states and with foreign nations, to establish rules of naturalization, to coin money, to declare war, and to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers.
Here it talks about the president, Article 2. Executive power will be vested in a President of the United States of America, and the President shall hold office during the term of 4 years, and together with the Vice President, chosen for the same term, be elected as follows. It proposed changes to the electoral system.
Yeah, the president and vice president shall be elected by direct national popular vote of all eligible citizens. The election shall be determined by a ranked choice voting system to ensure the victor has the broadest possible mandate. No person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice. Section 2, powers and duties. The president shall be the commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy of the United States. The president shall have power, and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate, to make treaties, provided 2/3 of the senators present concur, and shall nominate and with the advice and the consent of the Senate shall appoint ambassadors and other public ministers.
Judges of the Supreme Court and all other officers of the United States.
The president may not authorize the use of military force for a period exceeding 90 days without a specific declaration or authorization from Congress. The use of executive orders is limited to the administration of the executive branch and implementation of laws passed by Congress. No executive order may contrave or supersede federal statute. And then it goes on to the judicial branch. Judicial power of the United States, could you go back up just a second, shall be vested in one Supreme Court, and in such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time ordain and establish. Section 2, the Supreme Court. Supreme Court shall be comprised 9 justices. Each justice shall be appointed a single, non-renewable term of 18 years. A vacancy shall arise every 2 years, ensuring that each president shall have an opportunity to appoint 2 justices during a 4-year term. The judicial power shall extend to, in all cases, in law and equity arising under the Constitution and the laws of the United States.
Currently, the Supreme Court works is if you can get your candidate rammed through, they serve for literal life or until they step down.
Correct. Ooh, the Bill of Rights.
Article 4, the Bill of Rights. Now, this ought to be interesting.
Section 1, fundamental freedoms. Congress
They
shall
certainly
make
changed number 2, didn't they?
No law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances.
You guys know what the Second Amendment says, right? Not anymore, you don't.
So Section 2, the right to privacy. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, home, papers, and effects, and digital data against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. This right extends to a person's autonomy, medical decisions, and private communications. No warrant shall issue but upon probable cause supported by the oath of affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
That's not the Second Amendment whatsoever.
Not at all.
That's the Fourth Amendment, isn't it?
Kind of rewritten with a little digital
Well, what's the fourth one
Let's
say?
see, Section 3.
Not that either.
Due process and the rights of the accused. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of grand jury. No person shall be subject to the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limbo, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to witness against himself, nor to be deprived of life, liberty. It's gone now. Life, liberty, or property without due process of law in all criminal prosecutions. The accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by impartial jurors.
All right, so we thought that we knew what the Second Amendment was, and we were in for a surprise there, because we thought that the Fourth Amendment is what they now made the Second Amendment.
Correct.
So now the Fourth Amendment...
A little different. Equity under the law. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the law. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, national origin, or religion. Yeah.
It's called civil rights. I think we already have
Section
that.
5 is the right to vote, the right of the citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote in any primary or other election in federal offices shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state. Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation, including the establishment of minimal standards for voter registration and access.
This makes no mention. This very clearly states that any citizen of the United States who is 18 years of age or older has the right to vote.
Yeah.
Any. This makes no mention of felons. This makes no mention of anyone.
Correct. Article V.
This is
The
very
state of the
interesting what
republic.
this is done.
Section 1, state governance, full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. The citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states.
Section 2, though.
Environmental stewardship. The right to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is inherent to the well-being of the people. The United States and every state shall have a duty to protect, conserve, and restore the nation's natural resources, including its air, water, climate, for the benefit of present and future generations. Interesting. Article 6, the amendment process. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution, or, on the application of legislators of a 2/3 of several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, in which either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution.
Second paragraph is new. I like
When
this.
ratified by the legislator of 2/3 of several states or by convention in 2/3 thereof. Alternatively, an amendment may be proposed by petition of 10% of the registered voters of the United States. Such an amendment shall be submitted to a national referendum and shall be ratified if it receives the support of a majority of voters in 3/5 of several states. That's actually not a bad idea, Livingston man. Yeah, this there is no mention of the Second Amendment here whatsoever.
Yeah, we've now AI has and
This
that's
is
it.
our last. This is Article.
That's the amendment: supremacy
7.
and ratification.
This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be supreme law of the land. Ratification of the Convention of 9 states shall be sufficient for the establishment of this Constitution between states so ratifying the same.
They're gonna let 9 states speak for 50. Oh, okay, like that's harsh. Let me
Man.
guess: New York, California, all the very interesting
AI,
amendments that it made.
AI, how about it?
Deleted what we know as the Second Amendment, but did replace it with some intriguing
protections, yeah.
ideas. But
Yeah.
it was a little bit of let's call it what it is. There was a bit of little progressive in there,
100%.
but maybe it's best it was what's left unsaid.
Local Prepper says anyone using AI other than Grok will get a socialist answer every time.
What is Grok?
Grok is the AI that
That's
Elon
Elon's
Musk-
Nazi fucking AI thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Castle Wolfenstein, the AI version. Like just uploaded Hitler to the internet. I like that.
the one that went crazy. Yeah, it was. Grok went a little anti-Semite a couple weeks ago.
Explain it away.
Grateful Prep says Article V of the Constitution requires 28 states to call into convention and 34 to ratify any amendments for the convention. Yeah, they're.
I like that it called for 10% of the people to be like, yo, something got to change.
Local Prepper says it's all Hitler. Yeah, anymore, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. The anti-Semitism that's rolling around the internet is nuts. Absolutely nuts. It's running wild on Instagram. It's crazy. It's crazy. And man, listen, there's a genocide happening on the other side of the world, and nobody wants to talk about it, but it's really happening. For real. For real. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just keep sending them money. That'll be fine. It's just our money. It's no big deal. You know, we don't need a secessio plebis or nothing. Nah, just let them have it.
You know, like prestigious colleges buy stock in arms company that drop $10,000 missiles on people living in $10 tents. Children, I might add. It seems that as an American, no matter what you spend your money on, you seem to be like funding Armageddon. It's not fair. None of us asked for that. None of us caused that.
No.
And I only a extreme percent of us, extremely small percent of us, even agree with it. At this point, it's a common sense issue. It's a human rights issue. It's a where are you willing to draw your line between who else gets to be a human in your mind? And spare me the, well, you know, the world's a tough place, and, you know, like, I don't, it's not about that. Because what if it wasn't? What if it was just that easy, as if people just had a different attitude toward the suffering and the tribulations of other people? Like everybody's holy book tells them to do, but they somehow loophole their way out of it. What if you just stopped fucking off and acted like a proper Christian or a proper Muslim?
Some would say that they are.
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the most evil people in history, of course, they thought they were right.
Cuddly Bunny says, our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It's wholly inadequate to the governments of any other. And that's a quote from John Adams. And unfortunately, we are a godless country now, moral-less country. Nobody gives a shit, Livingston, man. They will step on you because you're in their way to go to fucking work. Because, brother, I got bills to pay. Sorry, you know, my bad. And they're gone. Where'd they go? Off to work.
Morals are kind of gone because of the anonymity and social trauma that we all face from being absolutely presented with events from all over the world at any time, at any place, all the time, everything. Completely connected to everything. You lose your morality in a place like that. Religious.
Some random dude. See you. We have no beliefs anymore.
That's just it. What? Believe in what?
Yeah. The one thing that you believe in is you believe you're going to get your ass up tomorrow and go to work because these motherfucking lights need to stay on and you have to have something to eat tomorrow night. Right?
And, you know, sometimes that belief gets questioned. Like,
Rural 2 I see. Yeah, 250 years is fast approaching. And we're on the downside, folks. We're on the downside. When I said that they are trying to squeeze every, well, now nickel, because they don't make pennies anymore.
what's the end game?
The end game is
Destroy America for what?
No, it's not destruction of America. It's they get to keep everything that they want because they're so rich and powerful nobody can stop them, and you will live in squalor where they tell you to, or they'll just, you know, have you dealt with. It's as simple as that. I believe that a culling of Americans is coming. I don't know whether that be by famine, plague, war. One of the horsemen is going to visit this great country.
America has
and do
been
a lot of fucking
America
damage.
has been either an outright war or military conflict at some point in for its entire history. There has never been a Pax Americana.
Correct. Perpetual war, you know, feeding the war machine itself. But at this juncture, with the inequity, right, the pay gaps, the total disconnection between people and the money, right? It's coming. It's coming, and we got to do something about it, folks. We can't be complacent because the cost of this is going to be our children. In all honesty,
Do you think that this is what Orwell was sort of symbolizing here? You had the inner party in 1984, the higher ups, they were allowed to have, they could turn their TVs off and they had wine and servants.
Yeah.
There was the outer party who was like, let's call them the middle class. Like, better off than like the lowest in society, but like had to play by the rules, were controlled, like owed a debt, like yanked around by their nose ring and told what to do and fill their place. But then he said the proletariats, the workers, they're free. They didn't have to do anything that the party said.
Local Prepper says more like our grandchildren. I'll revert back to the inflation calculator that we did earlier. In the last 5 years, your money has been deflated or inflated, however you want to look at it, almost 25%. And we know that compounds, right? So maybe we're looking in the next 5 years at 70% inflation, right? You think you can handle 70% inflation? I guarantee ain't a motherfucker in this chat gonna get a 70% raise in your motherfucking income. None of you. None of you. Not me, not him, not you, none of us. We will be left to struggle, fend for the scraps. The hunger world society is coming to America. 100%. 100%.
If you want a vision of the future, picture a boot stamping on a human face forever.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
We all go down.